time of the day when we get to talk about your business in Lagos and how to take it from 0 to 100. The program is Accelerate Lagos, brought to you by the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. And today on the show, we shall be connecting with businesses at the grassroots, the LSETF perspective. My guest is Aishat Ramos, and she is a LSETF Liaison Officer from Surulere Local Government. Okay, so those of you who reside around Surulere or where you stay actually falls under Surulere Local Government. I mean, there is so much going on across the board, across Lagos. Yes, I can tell you for a fact that so much is going on in terms of the business landscape. First, good morning to you, Aisha.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, very well. Good to have you on the program.
Thank you for having me as well.
Let's get down to business now. Before we say anything, you are from Surulere Local Government. Mention the areas that fall under your purview, just so if your constituents are listening, they can know if it is the right time for them to connect, or if it is their person or their representative that is seated in the studio. So where do you cover?
Okay, we cover from Ikonri to Ojuelegba, Randall Avenue, Ogunlano Drive, Shita, Aguda, because Surulere doesn't have LCDA office for LSETF,
okay.
So everywhere. So it's a very Kate, Ijesha.
That's huge.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes.
Wow. All right then. So, in what ways do you help Lagosians and the business owners alike in bridging distance barrier and bringing programs closer to residents of Surulere?
Okay, so as a liaison officer, the liaison offices are open to anybody who walks in there for us to attend to. Distance is not a barrier, because wherever you find yourself in Lagos, just locate the nearest liaison office to you and you'll be welcomed by our able officers who have not only information about the processes, the requirements, and also updated policies on how to help you move your business.
All right, then, let's look at what a typical day looks like for you. At the liaison office, as the only office within that area, I can only imagine covering that huge, area. Ujuelegba, Aguda, Bode Thomas, Sele, all of these areas fall under your purview. Okota.
No, Okota is on that. I think it's Solo.
It's Solo, right? Yeah. Okay. But then Sele is closer to you guys. Yes. And then you have Ijesha, you have Koka.
Yes.
Within that same area.
Yes.
I mean, I don't reside in Surulere, but I'm quite familiar with that area. So then, let's talk about what a typical day looks like for you.
Okay, a typical day is filled with activities ranging from, not limited to attending to walk-in prospective applicants, people who have questions, people who have concerns, inquiries. They want to know what is applicable to them and what we can offer them. Not only limited to that, we take issues about resolving application processes.
Yes.
We help them fill their offer letters.
Yes.
That is, if they've gone through the application process and their application is successful, we give them offer letters. So we guide them in completing that filing. We escalate issues as well to our back end, because there are some things that we can't do at the liaison offices. So then we escalate to the right channels, and it's so much more. And we get to also physically see people. Even some people who do their applications digitally, but then they locate the office and they're like, oh, I don't know, there's a LSETF office here. Okay, so now I know. So if I have this issue, I can come and be like, yes, you can always walk in here.
All right, then let's look at some of the things, because I'm sure someone is listening out there now and the person is wondering, why can't I possibly get this thing done at the liaison office? What are some of those things that cannot be done in your office?
I would say we do quite a lot of things at the liaison offices, including applications for loans, onboarding them into the business support programs, except from back-end issues that cannot be resolved at the liaison office. I think that is the only one.
When you say back-end issues, how do you mean?
Like, let's say computer issues.
Okay. That has to be fixed from, say, the
head office.
From the head office.
Yes,
like
but
data.
Yes. But then the applicant does not have to go to the head office as well. It is her job to escalate and also give feedback and adequate processing time to the applicant.
All right, then, Lagos. If you're just tuning in, the program is Accelerate Lagos, and today we are focusing on meeting the needs of business owners at the grassroots from the Surulere Local Government perspective. My guest is Aishat Ramos, and of course, she's from the Surulere Local Government Liaison Office. Aisha,
yes, please.
Let's look at some of the offers you have that is currently out there for Lagosians to tap into. What are some of these benefits you have? Some of the programs you have currently that is currently running?
Okay, we have our loan programs where we have different categories of the loans for businesses. Either you are in the startup category, you are in the existing business category, or you're a small and medium enterprise. We have loans ranging for each category. And our interest rate is 9% per annum.
So you want to mention some of these loans that are currently open to Lagosians?
Okay, so we have the MES loan. That's the micro enterprise startup loan. If you're a youth or you fall within the category of someone who just learns a vocational training and you have a certification for that, please locate the nearest liaison office or use our digital platforms to know what is applicable to you. But then the MES category loan is for youth and people who just learned a vocational training. So we have a startup loan. The maximum amount for that category is 250,000 naira. Turnaround time is about 2 to 8 weeks. That's for processing. So equity contribution of 5%. That is if you're given the loan eventually. So requirements for this category is LASHRA, your vocational training from a government certified training center, your valid means of identification, government means of identification, which could either be driver's license, national ID card, voter's card, or international passport biodata. You have one passport photograph. You need ATM card. And the reason for you needing ATM card is because the monthly repayment for your loan will come directly from that account. So it's like a direct debit. So the ATM card is going to act like a bridge between us getting our money back.
Oh, so you collect the ATM?
No, we don't collect the ATM.
So
you had the details. You had details for billing to your account while you're applying. Yes.
All right then. So let's are all of these portals open? Portals to access these loans you just mentioned?
Yes, they are.
They are all open?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So for those who run business, those who learn skill.
Yeah, right. That's the MES category. For those with the existing business, that is the ME. That's the micro enterprise. Yes. So their category is maximum of 500,000 naira. Interest rates remain 9%. Requirements same, but in addition to that, you need a LIRS. That's a tax. A tax receipt from the Lagos Inland Revenue Service. Yes. And you also need a bank statement to show us your business transactions for 6 months.
So let's now look at for those who do not even want to stick their neck into getting a loan right now. Perhaps they want some kind of support, training, grants. Do you have any of these available right now?
Yes, through our business support and the employability program. The employability is Lagos State Employability Support Program. That's where we train people and we also place them in jobs. We don't only train them and leave them to their fate. We also place them in appropriate jobs that fit the trainings they have acquired.
Okay.
So we also do capacity building. That is also from the table of the business support unit.
Okay.
So if you're not looking for a loan and you just need training and business scaling, the business support program is for you.
Okay. Do you currently have that running?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And, in accessing all of these things, how can one, apply for it?
Okay, you can either use the physical means or the digital means. The physical means by locating the nearest liaison office to you, walking in there, and listening to what the liaison officers there have to offer. Not the liaison officers offering, but I mean listen to what LSETF has to offer currently. Or you want to use our digital means by logging into our website www.lsetf.ng. That is our website. For the loan portal, it is loans.lsetf.ng.
Okay.
And if you also want to use a phone channel, you want to call us, you can call us on 020170000945, or you can call the other line 081-7777-0874.
All right. So for generally Nigerians or Lagosians alike, the common myth out there is that anything that has to do with the government, you must know someone to connect you. Is that the case? Is that the case for LSETF first? Let me start.
That is not the case at all.
We have re-echoed this on this show, so you do not need to know anyone to have access to loan or grant or any kind of business support from LSETF. Now, aside that, are there other things, misconception you hear people say about LSETF?
Okay. So while at the liaison office, I mean, you're telling people about our offerings and about what is accessible to them, and you can see the doubts at times that, oh, is it really possible? I'm not from this state. I don't have this political affiliation, so am I going to get this? But then it's the assurance and walking them through the process and the journey, holding their hands from the start to the end of it. It gives them that assurance, it gives them that boost, and they always come with more people and tell them, oh, this was where I acquired the loan I used in doing this and doing that for my business. So these people, they are legit and you don't have to worry. So it's the success stories that gives the boost for LSETF and also gives confidence to the people of Lagos that you don't need to know anybody. You just walk into this space, find what is applicable to you, apply, and you'll get it. And I always advise them, come with an open mind, not only for LSETF programs, but for every of your endeavor. Like, be positive and be open-minded.
Be positive and be open-minded. I mean, Aishat just added another name to LSETF's name because I don't know, you guys want to adopt the assurance, but I hope you'll be able to live up to, that particular mantra.
We do. We do.
Okay, then, so let's look at, aside from Surulere Solo office, where else can residents find LSETF presence across some LGAs, that's the local government areas, and local council development areas?
Okay, so from Mushi to Agege to Lagos Island, Lagos Mainland, we are available in every local government across the 20 local government areas and some notable LCDs. LCDs like Igodo, Ikotu, Ojokoro, Imota, and and recently Onigbongbo office. Yes.
Onigbongbo office. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, basically you can find them in practically all the local government and local council development areas across Lagos, Nigeria. The number to call is 0915-387-7127. Again, 0915-387-7127 to be a part of the program. If you reside around Surulere Local Government, you stay around Koka, Aguda, Body Thomas, Sele, Rando, Ipori, Ojuelegba,
yes,
Akirele, Shita.
Yes.
You know, you fall under this local government and you want to connect with Aisha this morning just to, you know, find out one or two things. If perhaps you tried applying for something, or and then there was a kind of bottleneck, or there is something you've been, you know, meaning to ask, you can put a call through now. If you're not able to put a call through, you can send a text or WhatsApp platform on 0809 9120 777. Let's quickly touch on what the roads are looking like. Okay, so the impediment we have been tracking, this is within Surulere. It is strictly Surulere this morning. So there was an impediment earlier on Damalong Bridge inward Ujuelegba, right? So you see that we're still within the same area. And the good thing is the impediment is off the road. Lagos is working. Ujuelegba is moving. And so traffic managers are there flushing the backlog. All right, so let's obey the traffic managers and make the work easier for them. Turning to the big screen in the studio, I can tell you that moving in and around Lagos still looking very okay. Within Alausa, well, it is the peak period for Obafemi Awolowo Way. It's a slow-moving traffic. Well, I cannot ascertain where the backlog is now, but I know on Awolowo Way, coming from the Ikeja City Mall intersection, inward Coca-Cola to Radio inward Allen. It is a crawling one at this time with a build-up extending backward Latif Jakonde by Coca-Cola. All right, so let's just keep moving around that area. I see the traffic managers are there doing what is expected of them. At this time, you would see that manual alternation is what is in place. So please cooperate with the traffic managers. It is just in a bit to, you know, ease the build-up, especially for those flashpoints where, you know, there is influx. All right, Aisha, moving on now. Let's talk about those who can't make it to the liaison office where digital ways they can stay in touch with the fund, like the website, social media, or even phone call. I mean, can they access these things? Can they have access to these things, you know, without visiting the liaison office?
Oh, yes, they can. Our loan portals are like self-help. We only have the liaison offices to address concerns and further issues like that. So the loan application portal is loans.lsetf.ng. The official email for LSETF is info@lsetf.ng. So our website is www.lsetf.ng. Follow us across all social media platforms. Facebook at LSETF, X, formerly known as Twitter, at LSETF, Instagram, and LinkedIn as well.
Surulere is a flourishing area when it comes to economic, you know, activities. Tell me about how Lagosians are tapping into the opportunities presented by LSETF.
Okay. So recently, we've had like a flow of youth when they finish trainings from either the local government area or the LCDAs, bring their certificates and say, oh, they told us at our graduation that once we have these certificates, we can walk into here and we can access loans. I'm like, okay, that's very true. That's correct. So you just need additional requirements to add to that. And yes, we are making that work. So apart from the youth category, we also have the existing business owners who are tapping into what LSETF has to offer through our loan programs, through our business support programs like that. So, and also we have grants, but then that is not a core LSETF program. We are only facilitating that for the Lagos State government.
Are there chances, or do you currently have any form of grant kind of support currently ongoing?
No, the grant portal is not open yet.
Okay, so for the first quarter, tell me some of the things the agency was able to achieve for the first quarter of 2025?
Okay, we've been able to uphold our mantra for this year, which is restoration, and also to look inward and see how we can facilitate more jobs. We have a target of 100,000, of creating 100,000 jobs for this year.
100,000 jobs
for Lagosians, either directly or indirectly. So that is we are able to, or we are looking forward to being able to achieve that through disbursing our loans and making sure our turnover time is prompt.
Again, Lagos, this is the time for you to connect with us, especially for those of you who have your business or businesses, as it were. I mean, you might have a conglomerate within Surulere. I have a message from Ademola. Ademola is from Surulere. He says, I want to say I have benefited twice from getting grant and loan simultaneously from LSETF. Wow. My question is, what is the LSETF doing about the time lapse of having completed documentation and fulfilled all requirement before the loans are disbursed?
Okay, so you would, the applicants would also have to work with us here. Our turnaround time, as we are working on it, remains 2 to 8 weeks for processing and giving out the offer letter. So when you get the offer letter, how soon are you able to return it, to complete it and return it? Because from then, it now depends on you. That timeline lies with how prompt you are to return the offer letter. I mean, are you able to get a guarantor and fulfill all precedents to draw down for disbursement?
So what you're saying now is, if you try to apply for a loan, and so when you apply for a loan, let's even start from here.
Okay.
What should you look out for after the loan application? What's the process like for someone who is new into all of this?
Okay, so you should look out for your email, because you will get timely updates on your email about your loan application through that means. So for every step and for every additional need that your application would require, you will be sent a prompt. So how soon are you able to always attend to your mail and attend to your application? That is really what will determine as well.
In this part of the world, there is no gainsaying that sometimes we do not pay attention to digital matters, So for those who do not, check emails regularly, are there other options?
Yes, there are other options. So that is where we come in as well. Okay. So we are given this backlog to deal with. Okay, this person, we've sent a mail and the person is not responsive. So some of them, we know them physically. We know them and they come and say, oh, I've not heard anything. I was like, have you checked your email? Oh, no, I've not checked my email. So please check. Or let me check your dashboard for you. Okay. And then you find the prompts. You there. Find the additional requirements there.
So for those, then after the application, yes, and then they come for inspection, because we've had to talk about all of these on the show.
Yes.
What's the next thing after the inspection?
Okay, so that will be financial statement analysis to see what we can offer you. LSETF doesn't want to give you a loan that is going to be a bottleneck to you or your business. So we have to give you a loan that will be convenient for you to repay and timely as well. So once that is out of the way, we'll send you an offer for what we can give you at that time.
All right. So after inspection, there is a financial analysis. Now, after the financial analysis, all of these happens within that 2 to 8 weeks.
Yes.
Okay. So what this tells me is, after 8 weeks, if you do not get any call or a message in your dashboard or an email, it means your application has been declined. Is that what it means?
No. If the application is declined, you would have received the message within that 2 to 8 weeks.
But then, what happens to the option of text messages? Because, I mean, if mobile operators can just randomly send those text messages that we do not need, unsolicited text messages, unsolicited calls, Why can't we tow this route?
We also do the text message, but like you said, some people do not pay attention to this thing, so we have to call. That is always our last resort.
No, but you know that it's a different thing if you have to check your email. It's another thing because we surf the internet a lot in this part of the world. I mean, the phone call is one thing we're responsive to. I mean, I'm just wondering if it's something that we can leverage on.
Yes, we do leverage on that as well, but we have I wouldn't want to say not very literate people that also partake in this program. So what you get from them is, oh, I received this message, but I do not know what it requires of me. That is in their tone, their local tone.
Okay.
So we always help them. But then you have some people who have applied and they will say, oh, I've not been in Lagos for weeks.
Oh, wow.
I just got back. So when they get back and they visit us or let us know, then we pick up the application from where it's stalled.
All right, then, Lagos, you heard it from Aisha there. Should you have any concern whatsoever, you received a text that you do not have a clear understanding of, you can actually walk into any of their offices that are LSETF, just to seek clarification on how they can help you to move to the next stage. Now, let's take a look at some of the businesses you support within Surulere.
Okay, so it will be first legal businesses and businesses who conduct their activities within Lagos State.
Okay.
Whether they are domiciled in Surulere or any other part of Lagos State, we are always open to support and offer whatever we can offer at the time.
Let's now look at some of the things you find challenging with the applicants.
Okay. So first will still be the turnaround time. Some people will even tell you, some other institutions or financial institutions can always give us a loan within 1 week. But here you are at a government establishment. LSETF doesn't collect collateral. We don't collect any other standing documentations for a property for you to access our loans. All you need are just the basic requirements, which are your LASRA, your tax, and all of that. So, but what LSETF upholds is the verification of your address, of your home address, and of your business address. So that is like the collateral that we take. So that has to be done, and it has to be done properly. So before we get your applications, analyze it, and know that, okay, this is good application or is good to move to the next stage. And before we get officers that will come and visit you and confirm that address, it might not be something that will happen in 1 or 2 days. So you need to be patient with us.
So how do you handle defaulters? In repayment?
Yes. So we reach out to them and also reach out to their guarantors.
Okay. Because
while the loan is being given to you and your offer letter, you have the space for a guarantor or 2, depending on the category of the loan. So your guarantor should see what he or she is getting into by standing as a guarantor for you in the first place. And also know that if the person you are standing in for defaults, you will be the next primary person that we would contact.
All right, Lagos, you're still tuned to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, and the program is Accelerate Lagos. Of course, you must be wondering who I have been speaking with. I have in the house with me this morning, LSETF Liaison Officer from Surulere Local Government, Aishat Ramos. And of course, today we are talking supporting businesses at the grassroots from the Surulere Local Government perspective. Let's now look at, some of the bottlenecks that comes from the LSETF end. I mean, that people usually talk about, because it won't be fair if we keep talking about, what are the challenges you have with people. Let's look at what are some of the things you really, you're really working on to meet the needs of Lagosians, that you need Lagosians to be patient with you.
So I would like to put myself in the shoes of the applicants or beneficiaries. So I think the equity refund and it's
when you say equity refund, you want to break it down to
Yes.
a regular,
Yes.
business owner that is just looking for 250,000 naira. He doesn't have any business with equity. You want to break it down.
Okay, so the equity is the money that you pay, like an insurance money. You pay it before you are disbursed to.
Okay.
So that money is refundable, 100%.
Okay.
So if your equity payment is 15,000 naira, after you must have completed your loan repayment cycle, it will be refunded to you as 15,000 naira, no deductions from it. So that in the past we've had issues with refunding. Not like we don't want to refund, but I mean internal processes and all of that. But then we are working on it, and we have also taken another step, an initiative now, such that the equity is deducted from your account straight, and when you complete the repayment process, it is refunded, automatically refunded. So that helps us bridge that gap between filling paperwork to get the equity refund, as we have done in the past.
I am just thinking like a normal Lagosian would think now. What's the percentage of this equity that we're talking about?
It's 5% of the loan capacity that you are given.
Just 5%.
Yes.
So if you're taking, say, 500,000 naira, it means you're going to be dropping at least 25,000 naira before you've been disbursed. All right, then, Lagos, we still have less than 3 more minutes on the program this morning. You can still connect with us. If you're not able to put a call through, you can send a text or WhatsApp platform 0809 9120 777. Once again, the roads are looking a lot better. I did say earlier that Awolowo Way within Alausa here is quite busy. We do not have any report of any major breakdown, just influx heading towards Ikeja. And so you have manual alternation ongoing around Coca-Cola, so please obey the traffic managers within that area. Very, very important, okay? So let's keep it that way. Aside from Awolowo Way, where you have it busy, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is good in and out. Yes, Lagos-Ikuru Road is also looking very, very good. Like I said earlier also, the earlier reported impediment around Ujuelegba has been taken off the road. So if you're going towards that direction, perhaps you have been, hanging out somewhere, waiting for the build-up to fizzle out. This is the time for you to make your journey towards your destination. All right, before I let you go on the program this morning, let's talk about, your social media handles for those who are, big on social media and all of that, how they can reach out or look out for some of the things that you do or keep tab on your event. And then secondly, do you have any seminar, do you have any conference, do you have any training coming up that Lagosians should look out for or look forward to?
Okay. For you to access our trainings, conferences, because we have a newsletter, a weekly newsletter, and we also post on all our handles. So you can follow us on Instagram, on X, formerly known as Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn as well, at LSETF, all handles.
Okay. Then, what would be your advice? Okay. So, what would be your advice to Lagosians finally on the show?
I think it's been more like a question. Like, you know about LSETF or you hear about LSETF.
Yeah.
What are you sincerely waiting for? These opportunities are there for you as a Lagos resident. That is all you need as a Lagos resident. So what are you waiting for, please? We are waiting to receive you. I will also be happy to help you scale your business to the next level.
All right, then, LSETF will certainly be happy to help you scale your business to the next level. Those are words from Aishat Ramos this morning. She is LSETF Liaison Officer from Surulere Local Government, and it's Surulere Owonyida. All right, then, today we have discussed, supporting your business at the grassroots. That's from the LSETF perspective. I must say a very big thank you to you, Aisha, for coming on the program.
Thank you for
this
having
morning.
me.
And this is where we wrap it up on the show today on Accelerate Lagos. Maximum thanks to Kwemi Shouldn't Care of the social media unit. Big ups to Victor Terry. Our executive producer is Tayo Akonli. I remain Taiwo Barua. The program makes a return next week Wednesday at 10:15. Enjoy the rest of your day. Lagos.